Hi, you two. Let's have a go at some learning this week using the computer. I hope you're having a good week of learning so far. And we're going to do a little bit of maths. I thought we'd have a go at some time this week to do something a little bit different. So let's see how we've been getting on with time in our recap sessions. Okay, so how many minutes are in 1 hour? So that's something we've done before, and it's something we just need to remember. So we've got 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, 5 lots of 3. So we know that means 5 times. So 5 times 3, 5 lots of 3 is 15. Okay, 1/4 of 20. So for this one, like we've done lots of times now, if I'm splitting up, I need some hoops. Okay, my bottom number says 4, so I need 4 hoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to share my 20 around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so now I've just got to have a count up and see how many I've got in one because it says 1/4. So in one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1/4 of 20 is 5. Okay, this one, I was thinking friends of 20. 15 and 5 is a friend of 20. So this one is 20. Okay. Right, let's move on then. Let's have a look at some time. Have a little look at the clock that's going to pop up onto your screen. And I want you to have a little think about what you know about time and what you can tell your adult about time. Just pause the video, talk about the hands, talk about what you know already. Okay, so hit pause. Okay, right, so some of the prompts on the screen, one says o'clock. So when we say the time, we say o'clock at the end. So we say 12 o'clock, for example. Half past, we know half past is when half of the hour is gone. So 30 minutes is gone. So we can say half past when half the hour is gone. Quarter past, so that one, when the big hand is on the 3, that would be quarter past. And then quarter to is when we've got 15 minutes left of the hour, so 45 minutes are gone. That would be when the big hand's on the 9. So well done if you got some of that. Right, let's have a little look at some of these questions that I've got prepared for you then. Okay, so you can hit pause at any time. So let's have a look at these ones. I want you to tell me what the time says. So look at the hands and then tell me what you think the time says on the clock. You can just pause the video and say to your adult what you think the time is. You could write the time in the digital clock. I don't mind. So hit pause, have a little go. Okay, so on this one, we've talked about this before. We've got to be really careful with that little hour hand. You can see that it's pointing towards the 12, but it's not quite on the 12 because it's left the 12. So it is in the 12 hour, but it's not quite on it. But that still tells me that it's 12 something. So hopefully you can recognize that this one is 12:15. So it would look something like that. Now, the next one, again, hopefully you can recognize this is half past because it's half of the hour's gone. My hour hand is pointing between the 7 and the 8, and it's gone past the 7, but it's not yet on the 8, so it's got to be 7 something. So we know it's half past, so it must be 7:30. Ooh, 7:30. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one. So this one, it is 1:45, and it's 1:45 the next hour, isn't it? So it's pointing to between the 8 and the 9, so it's not on the 9 yet, so it must be the hour before. Okay, so this one is 8:45. Okay, well done if you got those correct. Let's move on to the next questions. Okay. This one says circle the shortest time. So the time that is the shortest. Now there's a bit of a tricky one, this one, because I've got the number 1 in here, haven't I? So I've got to look at the words after. So I've got 73 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, and 1 hour. What I would do is I'd change that so they all say minutes. So just tell your adult, what does 1 hour actually mean in minutes? Good. So you hopefully said 60 minutes. So if that now says 60 minutes and they're all the same, hopefully we can look for the shortest time, which would tell me, which would also be the smallest number, wouldn't it? So you can hopefully see that it is 10 minutes is the shortest time. Well done on that one. Okay, let's have a look at these two. So we've got 4:45 or 4:15, and you've got to match it up. So remember, we talked about this at the start, when the hands point towards the numbers and which one it means. So 4:15 means 15 minutes has gone. 4:45 means it's 15 minutes left of the hour, so it's 4:45 the hour. So hopefully you've had a little go at that one, and you can tell me that this one is 4:45. Okay, and this one is 4:15. Okay, well done if you got that one right. Okay, let's have a look at the next question that I've got prepared for you. So this one says, Kemi goes to 4 clubs each week. Wow. Which club lasts the longest? So it says circle it for the longest club. So it says swimming, 45 minutes, art, 2 hours, music, 75 minutes, and drama, 1 hour. Well, I think that little trick that I showed you earlier, where I changed the hours to the minutes, so we're looking at the same. Okay, at the moment I'm looking at hours and minutes, and it's tricky. So I'm going to change that. I can do that easy, can't we? Because we know that 1 hour is how many minutes? 60 minutes. Okay, so that's 1 hour. Now, if 60 minutes is 1 hour, then what must 2 hours be? So have a little think about that. So we're doubling that 60. So double 60, 2 lots of 60 is 120 minutes. Okay, now I'm looking at this, they're all the same now. So I've got 45 minutes, 75 minutes, 120 minutes, and 60 minutes. Let's remind ourselves what the question wants. It wants the longest. So which one lasts the longest? So which one's the biggest number now? So I can see that the art class lasts for 120 minutes. So that must be the longest. Okay, well done. Right, let's have a look at this one. The last one that we'll do together, then I'll leave you with a challenge. It says, who is telling the time correctly? The time is 6:30. So Iris is saying that. And then Jayant says, the time is 3:30. Okay, do we think that's right? And then Neve says, the time is 2:30. So let's have a look at our clock. Now the hour hand has left the 2 and it's not on the 3, so it must be 2 something. Okay, so that's going to help us to start with. Now we also know that it's 2:30 because we know that the big hand is pointing towards the 6, so it must be 2:30. So it's 2:30. Okay, so let's have a look at the 3 options again. Does anyone say that? Yes, they do. So Neve says the time is 2:30. So that one is correct. So Neve is telling the time correctly. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the little challenge that I'm going to leave for you. I'll read it to you, and then I want you to have a go at it with your adults. It's a tricky one, and I'll give you the answer on Monday. So Harry does English and maths for homework each week. It takes him a total of 2.5 hours. Might think about putting that into minutes, I think. He spends 80 minutes doing English homework. How many minutes does he spend doing maths homework? And it wants your answer in minutes. So I've already given you a little tip to start with, and then have a little go at that with your adult. Okay. Well done, everyone. Have a lovely week ahead, and I will look forward to seeing you next time we do a video. Look after each other, and I'll see you soon.